The promise was to prepare 4 different types of torrillas in a single series of dessert videos for Holy Week, and this is the 4th one. And the amazing thing is that they're called poor man's torrillas because they only have bread and water, not much else. You see, look how they turn out without milk. Without anything else, of course, super juicy, and I assure you, they turn out spectacular. You have to make this recipe, and as always, stay until the end, because I'll give you some tips so they turn out perfect. And take a look. Look, wow, pure wonder. I personally love them.
I'm going to tell you something that probably, if we're talking about torrijas, doesn't make any sense. We're going to make some poor man's torrijas without milk and with water. Amazing, right? You have to try them, they're delicious. It's the 4th one that wraps up the series of torrijas we're making, and I assure you, these are my favorites. The best is always saved for last. I'm VT, this is La Cocina de la Abuela. Stick around because there will be some tips.
So they turn out perfect?
Today we've reached the end of this series of 4 torrijas for Holy Week. We've made the classic ones, we've made the ones with milk buns, we've also baked them in the oven, and now it's time for poor man's torrijas. Simple, light, spectacular, sweet, I love them. And in a moment, I'm going to show you why the simplest torrijas of all can be the most addictive. Come on, let's start making torrijas.
We put a liter of water, which is about 4 cups, into a pot. We turn on the heat, and we're going to add the aroma and flavor that will turn this water into a fantastic infusion. 2 cinnamon sticks. Not 1. 2. We want a lot of aroma and a lot of flavor in there too. We're also going to add a tablespoon of vanilla extract in there too. Look how the color changes, huh? This is going to give it a spectacular budget-friendly touch. We'll use an orange, and if you prefer, you can use a lemon. Don't worry about that. With one of these potato peelers that works for everything, we'll remove the orange peel. Being careful to leave out the white part, we only take the orange part, add it as well, and bring it to a boil. Meanwhile, we prepare 100 grams of sugar as soon as it starts to boil. You see there? The steam? That's the moment to add the sugar and the grandma's touch. Fantastic and wonderful. A shot of anise liqueur. Add the anise liqueur. We cook for 15 minutes on medium heat, and this step is ready.
These torrillas originated as a simple dessert made with whatever was on hand. No milk, nothing expensive, and an amazing flavor, plus lactose-free. There you go.
After some time, we remove it from the heat and let it infuse well covered. 5 minutes is enough. This is where all the flavor is being created.
This recipe proves something very clear. You don't need to spend a lot to eat something spectacular, you just need to know how to do it right.
We cut the bread into thick slices, about 3 or 4 centimeters. This is important so they hold up well when soaking. And soon you'll have a pile like this. 6 or 7 slices are enough. Our syrupy infusion is ready, so I'm just going to strain it into a wider dish to make it easier to handle the bread.
Here's the key and the main trick of this recipe. Since they don't have milk, they need to soak up a lot of flavor. So don't hold back, let them soak well, let them get really moist. That's the key. Does it work?
We dip the slices in the infusion we just made and let them soak until they're well saturated on both sides. See, look, they look great. Then we transfer them to a rack, and this is important because we need them to drain well before frying. That way we avoid them breaking apart. With a little bit of skill, you'll get it done.
And here comes what takes these torrillas to another level. Don't throw away the leftover liquid, save it, be careful.
With care and enough patience, we gently place all the slices that will become our torrillas on the rack. There they are. It took me about 30 seconds.
I have to ask, after this whole series, which one would you choose? The classic ones, the milk bun ones, the lighter baked ones, or these? You know, let me know in the comments. I read them all and that's how I learn. What recipes would you like me to prepare? What are you interested in?
Let's move on to the coating. What we're gonna do is beat an egg in a small dish. Hurry, Grandma, you'll have it done soon and we'll also get some ready. Sunflower oil. If you really like olive oil, no problem. You can use it too, but I prefer sunflower oil. Medium-high heat, let it get up to temperature. There's the first Torrija. We dip it in egg, but not too much because otherwise it'll get those lacy edges, and that's not good. And from here, into the pan. We fry in plenty of hot oil, not too low, not too high. We're looking for an even golden color, so we're going to brown both sides.
And with this recipe, we wrap up the Holy Week series. 4 recipes, 4 ways to prepare the same classic. I hope you like them, and if so, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you get notified about my updates. And of course, give me a like. It doesn't cost you anything, right? It helps me a lot. It's totally free, just like everything on this channel. Since we all love free stuff, go ahead and hit that like button. And that way, I'll keep making delicious recipes like this one.
All right, we've got this side ready, so let's flip them over and fry for a few seconds on the other side too. Pay attention, because the surface turns golden really quickly. See? That's how we want it. Let me show you. On a small plate with some paper towel on it, that's where we'll let our Torrijas rest. All right, next batch in as well. And in the meantime, let's prepare a plate with sugar and cinnamon to coat our Torrijas. Some places call it emborizar. I'm not sure if that's what you call it in your area, but still. We coat them with sugar and cinnamon while they're still hot, so they absorb it perfectly and the sugar sticks well. Let's do another one. And this plate looks like it's finished. But we're still missing the final touch, which is nothing more than making use of this syrupy water we had here, this syrupy infusion. We're going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar to it to thicken it a bit, and we'll cook it over high heat until it starts to thicken. We reduce it. What we want is to get a thick, creamy sauce, you see, like this one, which has all the flavor packed in. Now we pour this wonderful mixture over our Torrijas. Don't skimp, because it's super good, and this will make them even juicier inside, even sweeter, even tastier. Without having spent almost anything and there's nothing else to add, there you have it, poor man's Torrijas. Serve them up. But it's so incredible. A Spielberg-style aerial shot. And right away, I'm heading to the plate, which is the best part. Look, see, the Torrija holds its shape. It's really well soaked. I'm gonna add a little more of this mixture, which almost looks like caramel. I'll show you now. See how it looks on the wonderful plate? And the best part, spoon goes in, it breaks apart with no problem, and look how juicy it is inside. Look, honestly, you can't miss this recipe. Poor man's Torrijas, Richard, who gives more of a show.
Friends, this is another league. Juicy, intense, and with that touch of anise, cinnamon, and citrus that make them my favorites. Look. Let's see if you can see how juicy they are. Even how quickly they fall apart. You just touch them with the spoon. Even though the outside is crispy, the inside is super juicy. Be careful if you try them because they might just become your favorites even without milk. I'll leave the ingredients around here, wherever there's room in the text box and throughout the video so no one gets lost. And you can all make this wonderful thing, and remember to tell me in the comments which of the 4 recipes you like the most. You know, the traditional ones, the milk bun ones, the lighter no-bake ones, or the ones that don't even have milk, the cheapest ones. How wonderful! I'm going to keep this, and to you all I say, See you in the next video. Love you all.